Alright guys, what's going on? This is Second Blank here, and I just came out of the shower. I feel so fresh, I feel so new, especially when I had a hard, long, and apparently very hot day today of working my fingers through the bone to tutor the untutorable and to please all the professors at my college. Yes, I pleased them all heavenly with my mouth. Oh my god. Of course, I shouldn't be doing this commentary while I'm, sleepy and tired, but you know what? I do this kind of stuff all the time, so you should not be surprised if I do something like this, every so often or all the time. But yeah. Anyway, coming back to you guys with some more Battlefield 3 gameplay commentary thingamabobber all day, every day, because we don't get cookie pies, cake, or apparently cupcakes. Yeah, I got a fucking cupcake right now. Chocolate chip cupcake. So tasty and delicious, like all chocolate chippy. I don't know if that's even a word. I'm gonna make it a word now. Chocolate chippy. Oh, it looks so good. I want to heat it up, get a glass of milk, just fucking nom that thing all the way to the bank. But first I gotta give you this commentary. Yeah. So keeping on with our ongoing theme of funny stories from my past. Thinking about it right now, the next story I'm gonna tell you, guys, is that it's not really all that funny. At least for me, it's not that funny because at this very situation of the story, I almost died like 3 times. All in the same day, and which is kind of weird when you have that kind of experience and you're like knowing that maybe one of these days you're not all that invincible. And well, I guess this day kind of reminded me that yeah, I'm very much human and I'm not all that invincible, even though I feel like I am, especially how young I am. So young. Yeah, I'm 2 years old. Anyway, let me get into the story real quick. This is gonna be a clip or snippet of my high school years, and actually it's been like towards the end of the high school years where I'm on my senior year. I'm getting out and going into the college / real world, and I'm trying to get some experience under my belt before I go out there. So me and a couple of friends of mine decided to go and join the stage crew, which is basically joining the backstage hands and to help do like high school musicals and plays, like build shit that they need, like props, scenery, all that good stuff they need in order to make the play nice and awesome, like, right? It was actually the first time I ever done something with my hands ever, besides use it to masturbate, and that's a lovely fucking image, isn't it? But yeah, so it was very, very new, very, very interesting. I always wanted to get my hands, nice and rough and try to make stuff with my 2 strong hands right here. If you get that reference, I love you forever. You win all the cake in the world ever. But so me and a couple of friends, actually I want to do it for the fun of it. My friends wanted to do it because the friends I had with me at the time were in a band, a high school band group, and they wanted to get out of that by joining the stage crew. So they found it a great excuse to goof around and get out of that little rehearsals they had to do every so often, and have fun with me and have all the fun with all the cast members of the musicals and the plays and all that good stuff, So I was learning the ropes on how to build stuff with my hands. So how to put up shelves, how to build, stairs using wood, how to build all these things, right? And then there was this one day we had to do a lot of stuff, in particular setting up all the electrical stuff, setting up all the shelves in order to put the electrical stuff on, making sure that all the stuff works in order to make sure the electrical effects for the plays and musicals actually work. So apparently the boss, who was into dragons, apparently like this boss was in love with dragons. Like, he had a dragon shirt. He believed in the dragon lifestyle, which was to basically act and speak like a dragon, with a rough exterior voice and everything, and always rough and manly. And he acted like that throughout the whole time we actually known him, and he was a fun boss, by the way. So he, it was all good in the hood, but he was basically a character nonetheless. But anyway, my boss at Stage Crew decided for me to do all the pretty much hard work, because apparently he saw that I was taking this a little more serious than my friends would. We were just there to goof around and all that good stuff. So my boss decides to give me the job of putting up the shelves, put all the electrical stuff up, put all the outlets, put all the plugs into their respective outlets, and then all that good stuff. So basically I had to put it up. Now the problem with that is that he wanted to be a little more discreet of where to put all the electrical stuff and make sure they're not visible throughout the public eye, and make sure it looks nice and clean, right? So my boss wanted me to put all the electrical wiring up above on the walls of a door. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically there's a wall next to a door, and then there's like all this extra space between the ceiling and the door threshold itself. And he wanted me to put all the shelves on top of that, or on that wall between the space between the ceiling and the door, so that way he could put all the electrical stuff on there. Which basically meant I had to get a ladder, get some nails, or screws I should say, and a electric drill, and start drilling these holes in order to make the shelves to go in, right? So it was pretty high up above the ground, and I had to have some of my friends to hold the ladder and pass me all the drills, all the drill bits and screws, and all the bookshelf holdies in order to make sure that they are installed properly, right? The problem is though, these guys were just dicking around like throughout the whole day for some strange and odd reason, right? So I was up on a ladder, basically sitting on top of the ladder, trying to put these screws into the wall to put the shelves in, and for some reason the light that was above me decides to go out. So we had to replace the light bulb. And my boss gives us a fluorescent light bulb. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what fluorescent light bulbs are, they're basically big, long-ass neon light bulbs that contains a lot of chemicals inside it. If you breathe in just about enough, they could potentially make you sick. So I knew this very much so, and I knew to be careful when to install these things, so to make sure they don't, break or crack or anything, and I don't breathe in all those fucking chemicals, right? So I go up there to change the light bulb first, and then I gave the bad light bulb to my friends down below in order to place it up against the wall, and we could dispose of that later, right? So I went and changed the light bulb, and I was going back to my job and putting up the screws into the walls in order to put the shelves, right? And for some reason, my friends down below me started to fucking touch each other for some reason. I have no idea why they're like that. In all honesty, I don't know what was the reason why they started to touch each other, especially like that way. And you guys know what I'm talking about. But they decided to do that, and they bump up against the light bulb, the fluorescent light bulb that I told those guys to be careful with. They basically smash it, and all this chemical started to release onto the ground floor. The crash sound itself scared me so much that I almost fall off the fucking ladder and almost landed onto the chemical placement itself, where the fluorescent light bulbs cracked. And also, when that shit happened, I was drilling screws into the wall. So when the crash happened, it scared me, and I almost take out my fucking thumb with the electric drill, and it almost landed on my knee also, when I dropped the drill in order to brace myself to make sure I don't fall off the ladder. So I almost basically lost some of my limbs because of something stupid that my friends did, right? I almost fell onto the light bulb little glasses. I almost fall off the ladder itself, and I almost, lost my thumb and probably part of my kneecaps right then and there. So it was a very scary moment. I didn't know what the fuck to do. These guys looked at me when it happened. They're like, oops, and they decided to fucking hide from the fucking dragon when he started to come by and see what the fuck happened. And I was left up on that ladder alone as everyone's, surrounding me, hearing the crash, saying what the fuck happened. And I told them, you know what? I had no fucking clue. But I should probably sue you guys for putting me in a very dangerous situation. But whatever. Anyway, I let it go. I was like, it's cool. Nothing happened, so everything's well and good, right? Now, at that same day, I had to go outside to the school grounds and to put up a banner for the high school play that was being featured at the place, right? So the high school where we had to put the banner was basically outside the school, and it's also very high up above ground. It was about, I think, I'm giving or taking maybe some 36 feet off the ground or so. So we need a very big ladder in order to get up there to put up the banner, right? Basically, my high school was next to a place called Chinatown, where all this traffic and activity shows up, right? So basically, you see us thunderheads out there just fucking like screwing around, messing around outside the school grounds, trying to put up this banner for the high school play, and we're just like talking so much shit about everyone who was passing by, right? So, of course, being the quote-unquote responsible one, I had to go up the ladder and put the banner up myself, right? Doing the same thing I did like the last job, putting up all these screws into the wall in order to put the banner there, right? And I told these guys to please hold the ladder down below for me, because if this thing starts to slip from under me, I'm gonna fall about 36 feet or so and probably roll onto the street itself and get hit by oncoming cars. So my friends saying, you know, oh yeah, I got it, it's cool, decided to again dick around on the job while I was trying to put up these screws in for the banner. And I had to go up to the roof of the building where I was putting this banner in order to tie some rope for the banner, right? So as I was climbing up, I started to feel the ladder shaking from below me, and I was looking down to see what my friends were doing down there, and they were like gone from the vicinity of where the ladder was, and they were some like I don't know, 10 to 15 feet away from where the ladder was. And I told these guys, bro, come back! The fucking ladder's gonna fall from under me. And I was fucking freaking out. I was like, fucking get the fuck over here. So I started to freak out. So I started to slowly climb up to make sure that I don't fucking stay on the ladder while, you know, it's gonna fall from under me. And I get to the roof itself, and I step on there. And just as about when my friends were about to grab the ladder to secure it, it starts to basically fall off from the fucking wall itself, and it crashed down to the floor. And I'm standing up on the ceiling itself, looking down at my friends, saying, what the fuck? So twice, at this very same day, they endangered my lives. And I still call these guys my friends. Can you fucking believe that? I don't even know. And of course, trying to get back down was the third part of the day where I felt like my life was endangered, because trying to go down the ladder with these guys holding the ladder for me was basically not a safe notion in my mind to think about. So I was trying to make sure to tell those guys to hold the fucking ladder when I at least go down the ladder, so I can be at least on the ground, so I can fucking pound you guys for not holding the ladder in the first place. So they go ahead and they hold the ladder for me, but they again decide to be dicks about it and start to shake the ladder from under me. You know, start shaking the ladder, say, oh, ha, 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 look at you, ha, 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 ha. And because of which, the ladder almost tips onto the street level, and I fucking look at these guys. I just fucking jump off the ladder before that fucking happens, right? Of course, the ladder did not fall onto the street because they, of course, were being safe about it. And I look at these guys, and I fucking wail on them for fucking screwing around with my own fucking life, just because they think it's fun. So yeah, again, not so funny for me, but of course, hilarious for them. Whatever. It's good. You know, I'm still alive and kicking. Sometimes I don't feel like I should be, but you know, that's another story for a different time. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed my little story here. If you guys want to share your own stories of what was kind of a funny / scary moment when your life flashed before your eyes, please let me know in the comments below, in the inbox, in my YouTube, and I will reply accordingly. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. And just to do a quick recap of what's going on behind in the background, this was like my first game back into Battlefield 3. So it kind of looks like I was kicking ass a little bit, but not really. I was kind of, you know, trying to record some good gameplays, and this was like the only redeemable one that I had, which was apparently the best one I did for the night. So my first night back into Battlefield 3 after a 2-week break, and that's how well I did. So yeah, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed my commentary. I hope you enjoy your day / evening whenever you are watching this, and I will see you guys later. This is Second Blank saying peace out. Later, Gators.